Hello from me and the ducks. I have a massive problem with European data being in America, right? I don't think any European person wants to have their data in America, let alone the army having access to it, because this is a continent that we don't really know much about. I mean, I always come down to I don't know what these people eat for breakfast. I don't know what they watch on TV. I don't know what they learn in school, because I know these things in Europe, watched soaps, EastEnders, learnt about Romans, World War II, the Queen, because the product of that society, that continent, America, United States of America, is appalling. It's absolutely appalling. Epstein, Guantanamo Bay, like genocide in Palestine, bombing Iran, creating Israel, the monster. And there are just so many more things. OxyContin, the pain, when pain is, when they got people addicted to the OxyContin, OxyContin, whatever it is. So is this a country that we actually trust, right? So I've already found my data crawling all over the place, right? In companies that it shouldn't be. And behavior profiling of European citizens, and the Pentagon and the army, Pentagon might have access to it, right? So my point is, I'm very, very patriotic to England, right? I was born in this country. I was delivered by nurses and doctors in this country, right? In a government hospital and NHS, right? Same with my schools, TV. Same with my job, right? Paid straight back into it. So if this country ever needed my data, behavior profiling, whatever it is, I would happily comply, because I'm patriotic to this country, and if my country needs my services, I would absolutely provide my services. Now, what if America is just collecting our data to use against us? A lot of people think that, I'm exaggerating, I'm making a big deal, but you don't know these people. Now, I am very well cultured, probably like the most cultured person I know. Yeah, like I've lived on all 6 continents. Not a long time, but we do 4 or 5 months in Morocco, 4 or 5 months in Argentina, Colombia, Thailand, Africa, Kenya, been a couple of times, Albania, like loads of places. So I know how the world works. And I don't go to these places and just live in like 5-star, just like apartments, and all my friends are like expats. No. Get an Airbnb, live with locals, make friends with locals, date foreigners. But so back to the point, whatever OpenAI is doing with Microsoft and ChatGPT nonsense, it doesn't fill me with confidence, because I don't trust Americans. Now, if this nonsense app was if we had an app like this created in Europe, and I think we've got a French version now, we're not going to have scandals, because I trust a couple of boys living in a French valley that came up with the genius idea to make this app. Make something, an app. Same with a couple of boys from Stoke, a council estate, from London, went to Oxford, didn't go to uni. They know who Peggy Mitchell is. I know their values inherently British, but with American people, they are fucking vile. Absolutely vile. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say that, right? Because I have spoken to my friend in Kenya, a very good friend of mine from when I was living out there. And this summer, like some almost contractors, right? So they had this data annotation project in Kenya. Now, for $2 an hour or whatever it was. But these Kenyans, right, they were so traumatized by watching them deteriorate people's lives that they lost their jobs, houses, money, because it was ended up being fucked up. Now, these are people that it almost seems, they've forgotten about, because European people, we get back on our feet, we go to someone to complain, but no one's asking them what happened. Like, I was horrified, and hopefully I'll get a chance to go out there and see them and get some justice for them. But I'm asking you, anyone that's European or European, like, do you want American technology on our land? Like, Aren't we just okay with McDonald's and like M&M's? 5 minutes. All right, I'll come now. Yeah, that's me.